The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
I guess we're going to get to the last segment of this fight weekend, the Canelo fight. Who did Canelo fight? What's the gentleman's name again? You remember his name?
William Scull.
I never seen Mr. Skull fight in my life. Have you seen him fight before?
No, I haven't. Never.
So I was looking for fireworks, to be honest with you, especially being at this weekend what today is Cinco de Mayo and Canelo fighting. I was hoping to see some fireworks from it, but to be honest with you, it was nothing against Canelo. Canelo came to fight. His opponent was just on the back foot throughout the night, just running away from Canelo, not trying to take any big hits. It just seemed like the guy, Skull, was just happy to be there, get his check. He looked pretty big. It looked like he could have gave Canelo a good fight, to be honest with you. What I saw from him, he was catching him with the jab. If he played his day right, if he was, being, fighting moment, but I don't know, the stage might have been too big. He just wanted to get there.
Get back in there. Hold on. I'm trying to get back in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Some difficulty from EJ right now. Got kicked out his own chat right now. But what you thought about the fight overall?
It's, to me, just the fight alone, regardless of whose fault it was. Nobody likes being tricked out of their time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes you watch a fight and you're like, man, that was a big waste of time. And this is the big finale. That's how I felt. To the point, I'll be honest, I've turned on the fight and started technical difficulties. And I made a decision probably about the half the fight. I'm like, man, is this worth it for me to keep on fixing this stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, I gave it up and watched highlights later. And what do you know? It's a run fest from one side of William Scull. And I think Canelo has always been an aggressor. Yeah, I think he needs that other person to tango, or they're always watching out for his power. And then we got somebody who is all the way respective of it.
Yeah, no, Canelo, he was coming in there trying to knock this guy out. Like we said, we saw a run fest. EJ, we just keeping it going with the Canelo fight right now. What you thought of the fight?
So, Canelo, I mean, the guy didn't want to fight him. He was on his bicycle the whole time, and Canelo had to chase him as far as William Scull, it pertains to him. And I think his technique or his strategy was to, be elusive and, move around, pop, and make it seem like he was winning rounds, but he wasn't hitting them with no power shots. He was just on his bicycle, and, he had kind of like false confidence in what he was doing and think he was banking rounds, but really he wasn't, because whenever Canelo did touch him, Canelo was hitting him with the power shot. So I think it was just a bad strategy by William Scull's team. And I don't know what y'all already talked about as far as the nuts and bolts of the fight. What were y'all's thoughts?
Yeah, we went over that already. Like basically what you just said, it was kind of a boring fight. Kind of stole money from the game. Not Canelo, but just overall, we was hoping to see more excitement from it. And that's pretty much what we got. The same thing you got, like a bicycle. Skull really didn't come with it and stuff like that. I would say though, we got some good announcements right during this fight.
I mean, it's what everybody expected, because the fight already got put on paper. Bud Crawford, Canelo in September. I think it's going to be Mexican Independence weekend. Fight everybody expect to officially be announced after this fight, because they already had it in pencil. And they confronted each other after the fight. People were commenting on how Bud Crawford was mugging him. What y'all think about the whole face-off after the fight?
Crawford looked bigger than him.
Really? You thought that's what you got out of it?
Yeah, he look kind of, a little big. I don't think Crawford put on some weight lately. You know what I'm saying? Look kind of big. I'm excited for this fight. I've been excited for almost 8 months, 9 months. We've been talking about this one.
Mhm.
I hope it lives up to it. I hope Crawford could give us a good show out like Triple G did on these fights with Canelo. And, I hope Crawford can come and just fight his fight and give us one of those special moments. I'm rooting for Crawford in this one, to be honest. I'm going to say on record, I don't know if he's going to win it. Canelo's a bad man. I think he's really, really good, but I respect Crawford so much in the boxing world. So I got to root for him on that standpoint. But Canelo's really tough. This is one. I don't know, Crawford. This one's a tough one.
On a slightly different note, looks like your Knicks beat the Celtics in overtime.
Whoa. We won?
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm surprised, man.
That's a tough one. We was in a nail fighter with them Detroit boys. Them Detroit boys had me stressed out.
Yeah, still got a long road. That's still the Celtics, so we'll see what happens with that.
I'll take one at home from them. I'll do that. I'll take it.
But getting back to the fights, yeah, I mean, I'm just hoping that they're just not trying to get money from us and end up having a sparring match. Like, we know Bud Crawford brings the fight, but we saw where his first fight I don't know what this fight is going to officially be at, but his first fight at 154, we didn't kind of see that power travel up that we know him for at 140 and 147. And I don't know. What are your first impressions of this fight, Steve?
As far as like
Bud Crawford and Canelo, if it'll be exciting or if they'll go in there and just take out money and do like a sparring session.
Man, it's hard to say these days because you'll expect on paper a good fight, then they coast like it's a sparring match. Based off of the consistency of their behavior as far as engaging in all the fights in the past, I would say this would be an engaging fight. Two fighters who want to take each other out and see opportunity when it's there and go for power punches instead of coasting. I think Crawford would bring that to the table. And I think if he's pressed, he'll try to get his back. And instead of somebody who's too scared, not saying he doesn't respect his power, but somebody that wants to, what is fighting? Somebody who wants to impose their power is somebody that's, gaining points, and staggering somebody. So I think Crawford isn't the type to run off, unless he's legitimately stung in the fight. I think he has enough defense and offense to just to be up to par with Crawford. It's just I think Canelo hasn't he fought like people maybe even a little bit bigger than Crawford before. So it's like we know Canelo can survive with these big boys, but can Crawford? It seems like he's stuck in the middle of who Crawford's fought the biggest, and Canelo does he have enough power to sting Crawford? Basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
we'll see. And one more thing before we get on out of here. So if this fight in September goes down and it doesn't live up to expectations, you think Turkey Al-Sheikh will start paying these boys? Because he was there in Times Square, and then he flew over there to Saudi Arabia like in less than 24 hours. So I think if these guys thinking Turkey Al-Sheikh will stop paying these boys?
No, he's getting, as long as he's getting the pay-per-view money and all the money for the people to come to these fights, he's okay with it. He's getting the back end money. That's what it's all about, right? He's putting these fights together. It's all about making the money. So if he's getting the money to make these fights, it's not a problem. I don't know how this outcome's gonna be though. I'm hoping Crawford don't get on his jets and start running, because again, we like Steve said, we seen Canelo in there with bigger people. So I don't know, but Crawford's slippery, man. He can, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. And once it gets closer to the fight, we'll come back and give our official predictions and all of that good stuff. Thank you for checking out this Haymaker Combat Sports segment. This full episode could be found on the Haymaker Combat Sports YouTube page and in audio form on all major podcast platforms. Until next time, peace.